Well, I'm out here this afternoon putting tools up. I've had a few odd jobs and other tasks that have required me to carry certain tools with me. And I've been back a couple of weeks and have had other irons in the fire, as the sayings go, other fishes to fry. So I've neglected to come out here and put my tools away. And I'm sure you can tell by the state of my toolbox, whatever you can see in the wall and the floor behind me, and even in my other videos, my barn, that there's a lot of cleaning and straightening up and organizing that needs to be done. Cleaning up is a constancy throughout our life, be it in the tool room, in the kitchen, washing clothes and putting them away, mowing the yard, you know, for those of us who have a yard to mow, and any other or any of another great number of situations, you know, tasks that we indulge in, all require cleaning up, straightening up, putting away of some sort. And that includes our walk with Yahweh. Now, there are certain things that we cannot clean up of ourselves. In fact, there's nothing that we can clean up of ourselves. But once you have the Spirit, it's still up to you to take action to clean yourself up. Without Him, we can't do it. And with Him, we still have to do it. You know, I've got relations that used to smoke, and I myself used to smoke. Now, smoking, whether you agree or not, is a sin according to Scripture. It's not taking care of our bodies the way that we're supposed to be taken care of. But of those relations, one specifically comes to mind, and you know, as a child, I was very sensitive, and so I was always, as a matter of concern, asking the adults in my life to stop smoking, you know, of the ones that did. And one of the more common responses that I would get from a lot of them, and even people that are not any blood relation to me, is that response is, well, I've prayed about it and I'm waiting for God to take it away from me. Well, to that, I'm going to ask you this. Did God build the ark for Noah? Or did God tell Noah to build the ark and then provide him with the instructions on how to build the ark and the time to build the ark and the ability to build the ark? Yes. So God did everything but built the ark. And even once the ark was built, God brought the animals to the ark. Noah had to stock it with food, though, for the animals. So, I smoked for 27 years. I'm not going to tell you when I started and when I quit, because that will tell you how old I am. Well, I will tell you, I quit 2 years ago. About a little over 2 years ago. So, it's up to us to stop doing the things that we know that are sin. He won't do it for us. He provides us everything we need to do it. It's up to us to take the necessary steps. And, you know, for something like stopping smoking, now, the hardest part of stopping that for me, personally, was making the decision to do it. And honestly, it was a challenge because the flesh enjoyed smoking. The flesh would still enjoy smoking. Now, people that smoke stink to me now that I've quit. Their breath stinks, their houses stink, their cars stink. And I'm not saying that I despise them or anything like that, but, you know, given the opportunity, I'll stand an extra foot or two away from them so as not to have to smell them. But, Yahweh provides everything that we need to quit. All we have to do is choose it. But back to what I was saying is, you know, the flesh enjoyed it. The flesh would still enjoy it if I would indulge it. Because even right now, for as much as cigarette smoke and people that smoke and their belongings, their houses, their cars, their clothes, their breath, etc. smells bad to me, a freshly lit cigarette, when I catch it just right on the breeze, smells good. It's not a matter of spirit. It's not a matter of me lusting after it or coveting to smoke. It's just one of those passing things. Like, since I've stopped eating abominations, you know, swine's flesh, I ride past the pizza place and, you know, obviously it's on the air and you catch a whiff of it and, you know, you can't help but think for just a second, oh, that smells good. And then you realize, well, you know, that's mostly hog that I'm smelling and it's not good for me. And, you know, it's the flesh that's desirous of this, not the spirit. And, you know, which actually leads into something else. How many times has someone explained to you that take the scripture from Yeshua, Jesus, where he said, you know, it is written that it's a sin to commit adultery. Well, I say to you that if a man lusteth after a woman in his heart, he's committed adultery with her already. Now, to equate this to smelling the cigarette smoke or the hog from the pizza place, or, you know, even stray thoughts that cross your mind, you know, you're walking through the mall or Walmart or somewhere like that, and some young female that's wearing dental floss clothing, you know, passes in front of your vision. Is that a sin? Well, no, that's not a sin, because you didn't know she was coming. You can't control her steps or what she wears or anything else. Now, what you do with that is what makes it a sin. So to smell that cigarette and to think for just an instant, well, that smells good, but then to catch yourself in that sin and I need to stay away from it, and to leave the situation as it stands and to put it out of your mind and move on with life, you've not committed a sin. Now, if I were to stand there, ooh boy, that sure smells good, I wish I was still smoking so I could have me one right about now, that would be sin. That's lusting after it. But in that, you know, you have to understand that God has given us the ability to stop sinning. And He walks with us every day that we want Him to walk with us to keep us from sinning. The choice is ours. You know, it relates back to Ezekiel 36 or 37, I think it is. I don't remember the verse. You know, I'll remove your heart of stone and give you a heart of flesh, and I will put within you a new spirit. Okay, well, He removes the heart of stone and gives us a heart of flesh because the stony heart cannot receive Him. The heart of flesh can. It's still a heart of flesh. It's not a heart of spirit. But He also says, and I will put a new spirit within you. Doesn't say that He's going to replace the old spirit, but He puts His spirit in us along with the fleshy heart that He gives us that replaces the heart of stone, so that we can walk in obedience, so we can choose to walk in obedience to Him and walk with Him. And it's not a burden to stop smoking. It was more burdensome to smoke. Who can afford that anymore? You know, who could afford it back then? Especially me. You know, I've never been real smart with money. Never had much to be smart with. Those two things kind of go together, though. Once you get smart with money, then you have some to be smart with. Has to do with good stewardship, which is a whole nother lesson. But it even relates here. Stop smoking, because smoking, you're being a poor steward of the body that you have. And you only have the one. And yes, God can miraculously heal it and make it brand new. But why is He going to do that if you're going to continue to disregard the things that are going to keep it healthy and make it last longer? You know, that goes for smoking, proper diet, exercise. You know, all these things are right things to do. But they should all be weighed out properly. You know, don't neglect your children to exercise. Don't starve yourself trying to stay at a certain weight. And I'm not talking about fasting. I'm talking about, you know how people can be, and they have a target weight that they want to reach, and they will starve themselves until they reach that target weight. And starving yourself is just as bad as eating too much, because when you starve yourself instead of feeding yourself properly, you know, it starts deteriorating muscle and cartilage and bone and stuff like that, rather than working the weight off through reduction in fat. So anyway, I'm no health expert. Don't listen to me about how to diet. Obviously, I need to do a little of that my own self. But know that the choice is yours. You just simply have to make it. But I've got quite a bit more tools to put away. If any of you lives close by, you're welcome to come and help. And if I can help you in any way, I'll be glad to. I hope to see you all in the kingdom. And remember, 2 Timothy 2:15 and Acts chapter 17 verses 10 and 11. Y'all have a good evening, good day, whatever time you're approaching as you watch this video.